Hello everybody and welcome to a new different kind of video. Maybe I will rebrand my channel. Might be still in that idea from someone else. But welcome to a new video. So I recently just finished Simpson season 1. So I'm here to rank every single season 1 episode 30 years later. I'm excited because I didn't think I would like The Simpsons originally, but now I'm like hooked on it and I'm ready to rank season 1 with you guys. So coming in at 13, there's only 13 episodes in this season. Coming in at 13, I have There Is No Disgrace Like Homer. There is pretty there's some peak parts in this episode though. When the kids were arguing, Bart and Lisa arguing about who likes their dad more, and they're saying no, you do. Saying the other one likes their dad more, not themselves, which is pretty peak. But like I say, every family is perfect the way they are. Um, in TV shows, and I don't think the Simpsons need a fix. I think they're a great family. And Homer is literally a person who sits on the couch and watches TV. You can't sell your TV to fix your family into an angel family. It's not how it works, Homer. That's not how it works because we love your personality. We need you to just stay the family you are. They did get their money back. They doubled their money, which is kind of peak. They did double their money. So my favorite character, I will be going over my favorite character. My favorite character in this episode number 4, was Homer. I'm gonna go with Homer. My favorite character was Homer in this episode. And moving on to number 12. At number 12, I do have Homer's Night Out. Homer's Night Out at number 12. I zoomed in for y'all so that we could lock in. Homer's Night Out. The reason why, this is episode 10, just to make it clear. The reason why is I don't think it's that great. I do think it's one of the worst episodes, obviously, at number 12. But it's not terrible. All these episodes, by the way, are not like out of the water. Like I'd put them at like 7 plus. Like I don't know, maybe I'd put There's No Disgrace Like Homer at maybe a 6, somewhere around there. But this episode is mainly about a freaking picture that Bart took. Literally a picture about that Bart took is literally this whole episode. But it is a cool episode. It's funny. Um, this I will talk about this in a little bit later because it kind of goes off another episode, but I feel like this one is a lot worse due to the fact it was after the other episode and it was kind of a replica, just switched, you know what I'm saying? Um, it has its moments, but I am not the biggest fan of it. I know I'm saying a lot. Fuck. I'm trying to get better at making these kind of videos. So bear with me. This is a new start. I'm trying to up my channel, make it better. So at number 12, I do have Homer's Night Out. I don't really have much else to say about it. Actually I do. My favorite character from episode number 10 for Homer's Night Out will be Homer. So that's 2 Homers back to back. But coming in at number 11 is Homer's Odyssey. Homer's Odyssey. Episode number 3, the third episode in this season, and the reason why it was cool, but not the strongest. Again, like these past 2 episodes, Homer's Night Out and There's No Disgrace Like Homer. Um, but this is where Homer is a peak character, I think, because he has fans all over the place. His fans are peak. He has every single person on his back. But Homer is a Karen in this episode. He's putting damn signs everywhere. He's making sure this town is safe. That's not bad, but don't you think it's a little extra, Homer? Like you put signs everywhere. Um, and he's constantly looking for a new job in this episode, which is funny because he gets fired from the power plant, and then he goes back to the power plant because the guy doesn't want him to make sure or throw the power plant under the bus because the people were gonna take it down because it was unsafe. So he had Homer rehire him so he can get money again, which is just hilarious. This episode is honestly funny, and it's definitely better than these last 2, but it's not better than anything else, I don't think. He was making this whole town a lot safer, but he got a job for saying that the power plant was safe. Um, and how can we forget? I think this is I'm pretty sure this is Bart's first prank call on Mo, and um, it's a classic. How could you forget about it? First prank call, first etc. How could you forget about it? So, my favorite character from Homer's Odyssey, episode number 3, was Homer. So we got 3 Homers back to back to back, which is kind of crazy because this show has great characters, I think. Coming in at number 10, I have The Call of the Simpsons. Where's that at? This might be a hot take. I've looked through some people's list. Obviously, I'm not going to go into this blind-handed, but I am not going to switch up my list. I'm going to keep it how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to keep this how I feel. This is episode number 7. So I don't know if people will like this because I didn't really understand the title. That's just me, I know. But this episode should be called like Bigfoot Homer or something. Like, I put that down in my notes because like it's basically about Homer becoming Bigfoot. I know it was only like 5 minutes, but what else, why is it called The Call of the Simpsons? If you watch this video and like know the reason why, let me know down below. It was a fun episode though. There's definitely good enjoyment. This isn't the first time we've seen Ned Flanders, but I'm pretty sure it's the first time we hear him talk. So it's nice to see him with this fancy RV for his family, and Homer trying to replicate that, but with a rusty RV that he loses in 10 minutes. The best part of this episode, undeniably though, this is crazy, but the best part of this episode is definitely Maggie. Hear me out. She killed this episode. I mean, she can't even talk, but her little binky with the bears, oh my gosh, it was literally adorable. Like, how could you forget it? It's like one of the cutest moments of the season. I was in love with that scene. I was in love with the bears getting her toys. She was riding on the bears. It was perfect. And I'm going to say this now. She's my favorite character from this episode. And I know a lot of people won't agree with me on that, but she was absolutely peaked this episode. And sadly, Homer was not Bigfoot. Sadly, Bigfoot was not real in the Simpsons world. Homer was not Bigfoot. Sadly, we have to say that, but Homer was not Bigfoot. He was eating raw steak. Ugh, come on now, Homer, lock in. But moving on to number 9. We're getting up there. We're getting up there. At number 9, I have Bart the General. Bart the General. Bart at his peak. Bart at his peak. So I would like to go over my favorite characters before I move on, just because. So Homer, Homer, and then Maggie. And now we're on Bart's General. Episode number 5. The 5th episode. So, Bart is the peak character, obviously, in here. It is a super fun episode. Like, Bart became a good brother for this episode. He was standing up for his sister. And let me just say this now. He would have beat that first guy. The first guy that stepped on her cupcakes, he would have beat up until this 6'7" kid pulled up out of nowhere. I think Bart would have won that fist fight one-on-one, but the kid was too scared to fight him. But then, here's the plot twist. Bart became a freaking leader. The leader Bart is. He got all of his friends all suited up, training like crazy. Bart is peak here, and he was training all of his friends, teaching them tactics. Super cool to watch. I think this is Bart's one of the best episodes Bart has, like centered around him. But think there's some better in the season. I'm just saying that now. This is the first time Bart is my favorite character. I think there is definitely a better Bart episode, but let's go on to the next. So at number 9 we have Bart. My favorite character from Bart the General is Bart. Wow, that's a lot of Barts in 1 minute. Coming in at number 8, we have Life on the Fast Lane. So I think people really have this episode decently low, but I think it was a pretty cool episode. I mean, this is the reason why Homer's Odyssey is at 11. Homer's Odyssey was basically like a little bit about the same thing. I know it was like a night out, yeah, with all his work, but this was kind of like it, but it was the episode before it. So that's the reason why this episode is getting more love from me. Marge finally getting her centered episode. Like, this is about Marge. We get to learn more about her character. She gets a bowling ball for her birthday. Happy birthday to her, by the way. We see she gets a bowling ball, and Mr. Jack over here really, really wanted a piece of that hair. But turns out she's not a cheater. Thankfully, she was definitely falling for it for a little bit. But maybe it's because she wanted to get good at bowling. Hopefully in season 2 we get to see her bowl a little bit more, and maybe we get some more episodes about Marge, because this is really our only Marge centered focused episodes. I will say her sisters piss me the fuck off. They do not need to be in this show. But I do think this is something new for Marge, like a new hobby, being a bowler, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe she can pursue that. And then at the end, I'm very, very, very glad she went to the nuclear power plant to surprise Homer, give him a big hug, give him a big kiss, and W Marge there. Like, how can you say that? Um, definitely the best Marge episode this season, because it's centered around her, and we don't get much more of Marge centered episodes. So I will say she is my favorite character this episode, and I'm happy she got this episode introducing us in season 1. Hopefully we see her bowl more. I'm excited to hop into season 2. So coming in at number 7, we're moving up to the greens. The colors don't mean anything, by the way. I just did that because why not? So moving up into number 7, I have episode number 11. I'm gonna butcher this word. The Crepes of Wrath. This was this definitely was a cool episode. Like, Bart going to French, Bart speaking French, like, that is freaking sick. And the A kid, I'm gonna call him the A kid because I don't want to mess up his name. But this is episode 11, and it was such a cool episode. I mean, going to France for episode peak. Bart originally didn't know the reason why he was going, but it's because nobody nobody liked you, Bart. I'm sorry. I liked you though. But he thought it was just for like a trip. Well, I mean, it was a trip, but like, he thought he was going there. I think maybe he thought his family was going. I don't know. But when he realized why he was there, and he was just hardworking, they made him drink alcohol. I think he started to be like, yikes, yikes. The plot of this episode was peak, and then he gets a French kid arrested. Bart is the villain arrester. Like, holy crap. There's not much else I can say about this episode. It definitely kept me intrigued, like, throughout the whole episode. Like, I was intrigued. I didn't pick up my phone once at all. I was constantly watching this episode. Um, Also, I forgot to mention this. The dog. The dog came back. You know where the dog is introduced. Obviously, you've seen Simpsons probably if you're watching this video. The dog is finally back. I was waiting for that cutie patootie to show back up on screen. I didn't know where he went. Like, where'd the dog go after the blank episode? Like, where did he go? The cutie patootie. I missed him, but he's back in this episode for a little bit. Okay, coming in at number 6, we are almost at the top 5. I know I'm yapping a lot, and I know I'm not doing a good job at it. I'm trying my best to fix my content, get better at all this. So you can only get better by doing it more. You know what I'm saying? So coming in at number 6, I have Some Enchanted Evening. This episode was freaking awesome. It would be higher on my list if it didn't start slow, you know what I'm saying? It kind of started a little slow, but that's okay. It's still a very, very peak episode. This was the season finale, episode 13. Two different things going on during the Enchanted Evening. Bart again arrested another criminal. He is the criminal arrester, but it did start a little slow, and that's the reason why I'm having it at number 6. Bart also has more prank calls in this episode, which is freaking awesome. And Homer and Marge got their great date. The reason why this episode was so slow, because Homer was so scared to come home to Marge, but he did, and he got them a cute little date, and then the peakness just started to go off. The peakness was there. Imagine the peakness for the whole episode. It might be top 3, top 2, top 1. the kids had to stop the evil babysitter while Homer and Marge are on their beautiful date. And Maggie was the biggest reason. That little girl is smarter than hell, but then Bart put in her pacifier, or Binky, whatever you want to call it, and boom, they whack her with that bat. And then Homer gives her frickin' triple pay. Are we dead ass? Homer gave her triple the pay because she was tied up when they pulled up. Homer, are we serious? Okay, we got our top five. We have our top five. And coming in at number five, we have Moaning Lisa. Oh, I have a lot to say about this episode. This episode is super cute. It's super fun. It's our first time meeting Lisa. It is episode number 6. So this is like the first time we get to meet Lisa's character. And it's peak and it's amazing. We get to see her real feelings and how much she really cares about music. And the video game was also a big part of this video or episode. The video game, Homer trying to beat a kid, and then Bart, he's trying to beat Bart, and then that's when Lisa came home happy, and Homer was about to beat Bart, and then boom, goodbye TB. But this definitely had one of the most heartwarming scenes in the whole show. Marge was comforting her like the good mom she was. Like she was just making her feel so welcome, so blessed. She's loved. We're gonna love her no matter what, etc. But there is another Bart prank call in this episode I forgot to talk about. Jock strap. Do we have a jock strap? Mo, you're just getting cooked, my friend. um, the jazz guy performing at the end, Lisa giving him some funny lyrics is kinda hilarious. And the episode just ended there. And Homer, you gotta lock in on your video game skills, dude. Alright, we are now in the top 5. Coming in at number 4, we have the the Telltale Head. I keep saying Tattletale because the bullies told him to do it, so I think it's like I thought it was Tattletale, but it is Telltale Head. This is episode number 8. Episode number 8. Welcome to the show, Krusty. This is his first appearance. He has one line. First appearance of two big things, which is Krusty the Clown and Jebediah's head. I had really fun with this episode and think it's one of the best this season's. I love the story and the meaning behind it. Bart met some badass kids and wanted to be one of them. And he cut off the head of Jebediah, the whole meaning of Springfield. He literally made Springfield. We wouldn't have Simpsons without Jebediah. But Homer kinda had something to do with it, and he acted like he didn't, telling his silly little kid to do anything but kill someone popular. But if you think about it, Bart kinda did kill someone. I really enjoyed this episode, obviously. Bart became smart with his speech at the end, and Jebediah told him to be honest and return the head. And obviously, let's go, Krusty! Bang, the Krusty the goat! Alright, I'm yapping too long. So coming in at number 3. So episode number uno. Simpsons roasting on open fire. This is our number 1, or number 3. This is episode number 1. The start of it all. The start of it all. Oops. And this is the episode with the dog, the beginning of the dog. It was a fun way to start a Christmas special, as the first episode is cool. And if you know me, I love Christmas specials, episodes, anything Christmas is just super vibey and fun. Um, I hate Marge's family. Like, her sisters can hop off. I know I said this earlier, but they can literally hop off. They're so annoying. Homer in this episode was peak. Probably the best character in this episode. And the cute doggo! The doggo is so cute. But did they really think that dog could win a race against the horses? I mean, I guess. Coming in at number 2, we have Bart the Genius. So I know I'm overwriting this episode, obviously, because I know it. I just know it. People do not have this episode that high, and I know you're gonna flame my list. But hear me out. I really love this episode a lot. This episode is peak. I literally loved every aspect of it. Bart was peak in it, and honestly really relates well to real life. Bart was smart, and Homer started to hang out with him more. His dad started to hang out with him a lot more once he became the smart kid. They thought. But I think this episode was genuinely one of the best. Bart being the dumbass he is in a super smart class was super fun to watch. I know many might not agree, but this episode was honestly just peak. Like, I enjoyed the fact that Bart became smart slash cheating because he wanted to get revenge on the smart kid, and he got sent away. But if you think about it, if he had let the smart kid get the test score he got, the smart kid would have been gone. The smart kid would have been bye-bye. So that means coming in at number 1 is Krusty Gets Busted. Let's go, Krusty! Let's move it all the way up here. And this is my official Simpsons Season 1 list. Let me talk about Krusty Gets Busted. This is episode number 12. And I'm going to say this again. Welcome to the show, Krusty. This is like his first time talking. Like, you know what I'm saying? I found my favorite character, obviously. This episode had a plot twist. A big plot twist. I Show Bob was the robber it kind of shocked me that I Show Bob was the actual robber. Krusty was innocent. They arrested an innocent man. This is easily my favorite episode from the season. I'm so glad Krusty got his own episode in season 1, and the humor in it was absolutely peak. I never knew I Show Bob would betray Krusty. Bart is a genius. He's the arrester. He's the bad guy arrester. Good thing Krusty isn't locked up so we can get more of him throughout the show. Easily my favorite episode, in the plot twist has me shook. Peak episode. Bart is racking up these criminals like crazy. The third time, Marge's sisters can suck it. So this is my official list. Where do you agree with? Where do you disagree with? Let me know down below in the comments. I had a lot of fun making this video. I know I'm not the best personal speaker, but if you would follow along, I would really appreciate it because we're gonna have a journey. Let's have some fun with this channel. Let's go along. Let's rank TV shows. Let's make tier lists. Let's just have fun. Let's share our own opinions. We are gonna post this somehow, save, ba-da-da-da. But this is my season 1 ranking. I'm gonna go over my favorite characters from each episode. So in episode 1, it was Homer. Episode number 2 was Bart. Episode number 3 and 4 was Homer. Episode 5 was Bart. Episode 6 was Lisa. Episode 7 was Maggie. Episode 8 was Bart. Episode 9 was Marge. Episode 10 was Homer. Episode 11 was Bart. Episode 12 was Krusty. And episode 13 was Bart. So that means Bart is at the top right now. He has 5 episodes where he's my favorite. Homer's in second with 4. Lisa, Maggie, Marge, and Krusty are all tied in third with 1 favorite episode. So this is my first ever ranking show, TV show ever, and I hope you enjoyed it. Adios.